Hi everyone. In today's presentation, we'll be exploring the impact of innovation on society, ethical and legal issues surrounding innovation, as well as recommendations for city planning regarding innovation. The impact of technological innovation on society. Technology has changed modern society and the way we live and converse in them. In a smart city like Anjibad, these impacts affect the following factors: behaviors and social norms. This refers to how digital communication has changed how people work, shop, and socialize, for example, remote working or online retail. Accessibility and inclusivity. This refers to the improved access to education, healthcare, and employment using assistive technologies such as screen readers and speech to text to support disabled individuals with employment opportunities. E-learning platforms such as Khan Academy and Google Classroom show how digital tools are used to promote accessibility to education for all communities. Enhanced connectivity is shown by three advanced communication methods with 5G connectivity, smartphones, and social media platforms such as Facebook and X to connect communities. High-speed connectivity supports real-time services and emergency services too. Ethical issues in technological innovation. As smart cities rely heavily on data collection, they naturally have ethical concerns. These include privacy and data protection rules, which are based on data retention policies, consent, and data privacy. Therefore, smart cities must implement privacy by design principles in their systems. Another issue is the use of facial recognition systems. This reduces public trust and the choice of anonymity, however, increases security in the city. Another issue is the digital divide between communities in the city. As some may have access to modern machines, they become more digitally literate. They learn about new and upcoming technologies, whereas more poor communities cannot afford these computers, causing them to fall behind on digital skills, which creates a divide. This ethical issue could be resolved when the city introduces device access initiatives such as public Wi Fi and affordable broadband networks. Legislation on technological innovation in society. Legislation has had a large impact on how technological innovation is used in society and how it affects both users and providers. Here are the following laws and regulations used in relation to innovation. We have the GDPR, which is a General Data Protection Regulation. This regulation protects and strengthens users' rights over their personal data and holds companies accountable, forcing them to implement consent and encryption controls. This increases public trust and encourages security innovation. However, this has high costs if not complied with. Online Safety Act 2023. This law protects vulnerable users from platforms that have harmful content. This protection reinforces trust and reliability, however, it possesses the risk of too much censorship. Copyright, Designs and Patents Act 1988. This law protects digital creators' works from pirating, plagiarism, and impersonation, and encourages creative innovation. However, this may be restrictive to those that are willing to collaborate on works. UK AI Regulation White Paper 2023. This regulation promotes rigid AI policies to prevent dangerous activities. This builds accountability over innovative technology, however, significantly slows down deployment. Ethical recommendations for Anjibad. We recommend Anjibad to implement smart traffic and air pollution monitoring in their smart city development plans. We see an example in Singapore, where they successfully used IoT sensors and real time data to improve the mobility and traffic flow of the city. Here is the recommended course of action for successful implementation of the smart systems. Use anonymous traffic sensors rather than facial recognition. Publish a report on public transparency related to the data use of this project. Use third-party companies to act as independent oversight to establish ethicality. Use green data centers to reduce emissions and energy consumptions. The recommendations above directly address each ethical concern associated with smart city development. For example, the use of anonymous data reduces the risk of personal ID leaks and therefore protects user privacy, while transparency in data reporting reduces public concerns around data misuse and hidden surveillance. Using independent oversight from third-party companies strengthens accountability by ensuring that systems are monitored and evaluated by impartial bodies. This reduces the likelihood of unethical use. Furthermore, the use of environmentally sustainable infrastructure, such as green data centers, make sure that technological development is not implemented at the cost of destroying the environment. Together, these recommendations show that ethical considerations are important when implementing technological innovation as it ensures public trust and ethical use. Impact of surveillance on Anjibad. The use of 24-hour AI traffic surveillance in Anjibad has both potential benefits and risks to the society. Potential benefits include the reduction of both congestion and emissions produced by vehicles due to the proper management of traffic flow. It also includes improved road safety as less cars on the road means there's less accidents, and we also free up emergency routes where first responders can quickly get to the scene of emergency. Potential risks include the reduction of anonymity due to the continuous monitoring, leading to the increased feeling of distrust between the public and authorities due to the lack of transparency. These risks can be eliminated by applying privacy rules. An example of this is demonstrated in European cities where local authorities showed effective surveillance management by implementing strict privacy rules shaped by regional regulations such as the GDPR. For Anjibad, a full facial recognition system removes public trust, however, using a privacy policy with anonymized data respects societal demands and achieves both environmental and innovative goals. Another comparison can be made with Singapore, where AI traffic management systems have been implemented alongside strict data governance policies and clear communication with the public. This has allowed the city to benefit from improved congestion and environmental conditions whilst also maintaining public trust. By applying a similar approach in Anjibad suggests that the success of these technologies is only dependent on their functionality rather than how transparent and ethical they are. Without these, the negative societal impact of reduced trust and perceived surveillance will outweigh the environmental and infrastructural benefits. Therefore, the overall impact on society can be positive only if strong regulatory measures and public engagement strategies are placed responsibly. Thank you for listening.